Can you solve all these colloids questions? Colloids can. Correct response. Scatter light is the most accurate answer. Which is true? On track. Suspension settle is the correct answer. Which one is correct? Well picked. Solutions are clear is the correct answer. Milk, whipped cream, fog. Correct. Examples of colloids is the right answer. Cellulose is an example for. You chose macromolecular colloids, and it is correct. Composed of solute and solvent. Nice work. You chose solution, and it is correct. Italian dressing, chocolate milk. You're right. Examples of suspensions is the correct answer. Which has the largest particles? Right choice. Suspension is the best answer. Vinegar, soda, hydrogen peroxide. Clear logic. Your choice examples of solutions is sound and 100% true. Tea and air are examples of dash. Excellent. Solutions is a brilliant choice. Dash, a substance that dissolves. Valid point. Solute is true. Lyophilic colloids are prepared by. Well done. None of the above is the right choice. All are examples of colloids except. Nicely done. Vinegar is a solid answer. The three types of mixtures are dash. Good thinking. Solutions, colloids, suspensions is the right answer. Milk and gelatin are examples of dash. Smart move. Colloids is an accurate answer. Egg white and jello are classified as. Exactly. Colloids, sols, or gels make sense, and it is right choice. Which of the following are pure substances? Sharp thinking. Compounds is the right choice. What are the two main categories of matter? Smart pick. Pure substances and mixtures is the correct choice. Two classifications of a pure substance are. You got it? Your choice elements and compounds is right. Whipped cream is an example of what mixture? Good job. Your answer colloids works well here. All of the following are colloids except dash. Perfect. Water and oil is the correct choice. Vegetable soup is an example of what mixture? Nice selection. Suspensions is the correct and valid answer. What is considered the simplest form of matter? Right again. Elements is a valid answer. Which of the following colloids are more stable? Well reasoned. Lyophilic colloid is the correct choice. The scattering of light by colloids is called dash. Bravo! The Tyndall effect is the answer. Glass cleaner is an example of what type of mixture? Great job. Solutions is the accurate answer. The Tyndall effect is used to distinguish between. Strong choice. Solution and colloids is the right answer. Two classifications of homogeneous mixtures would be. Solid response. Solutions and colloids is a valid choice. Which of the following can be separated by filtration? Great thinking. Suspensions is the right choice. Gels, aerosol sprays, shaving creams, and foams are dash. Excellent choice. Colloids is the right answer. The liquid substance that makes up the bulk of the solution. You're right. Solvent is the correct answer. These are colloids which consist of liquid dispersed in solid. Good job. Your answer, Gels, works well here.
It is a heterogeneous mixture that looks like homogeneous mixture.
Correct response. Colloids is the most accurate answer. The protecting power of different colloids is measured in terms of. Good thinking. Gold number is the right answer.
What do you call a mixtures in which solute particles do not settle?
Strong choice. Colloids is the right answer.
Butter and mayonnaise are examples of a class of colloids called dash.
Nicely done. Emulsions is a solid answer.
These are colloids which consists of gas dispersed in liquid or solid.
Nice selection. Foam is the correct and valid answer.
Attachment of solvent molecules to the molecules of the dispersed phase.
Smart pick. Salvation is the correct choice.
The following colloids are used for food or food preparation, except dash.
Well done. Silica gel is the right choice.
Gel, hairspray, strawberry jelly, paint and others are example S of dash.
Excellent choice. Colloids is the right answer. What are the two kinds of heterogeneous mixtures?
Great thinking. Suspension and colloids is the right choice.
Colloidal dispersion, which is unstable, irreversible, and forms non-spontaneously.
Right again.
Lyophobic colloids is a valid answer.
In colloids, the particle size is 2' to dissolve and 2' to settle out.
Right choice. Large, small is the best answer.
A type of mixture that falls in between suspensions and solutions are called dash.
You chose colloids, and it is correct.
Which of the following colloids is the most likely to have a strong Tyndall effect?
Valid point. Smoke is true.
Soda pop, whipped cream, and beaten egg whites are examples of what type of colloids?
Well reasoned. Foam is the correct choice.
Which of the following properties of colloids does not depend on the charge on particles?
Correct. Tyndall effect is the right answer.
System denoting a lack of strong affinity between the dispersed phase and the continuous phase.
Sharp thinking. Lyophobic colloids is the right choice.
Dash are mixtures in which its particles are too big to stay mixed without being stirred or shaken.
On track. Suspensions is the correct answer.
System containing colloidal particles that interact to an appreciable extent with the dispersion medium.
Solid response. Lyophilic colloids is a valid choice. Is one that contains less dissolved solute than a saturated solution under a given temperature and pressure.
Bravo. Unsaturated solution is the answer.
Is a heterogeneous mixture whose particle size is intermediate between those of a solution and a suspension. Nice work. You chose colloids and it is correct.
They are characterized by having two distinct regions of opposing affinities within the same molecule or ion.
Exactly. Amphiphilic colloids make sense and it is right choice.
Solutions has dash-sized particles. Colloids have dash-sized particles. And suspensions have dash-sized particles.
Clear logic? Your choice small, medium, large is sound and 100% true.
What type of mixture is this?
Perfect. Suspension is the correct choice.
Pure substances are classified in dash.
Well picked. Elements, compounds is the correct answer.
What kind of mixture is formed when oil is mixed with water?
You got it. Your choice suspension is right.
Name the motion and which type of particles show this motion.
Great job. Brownian colloids is the accurate answer.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF, books format?
Excellent. Contact Narayan Changder is a brilliant choice.